show's about to start. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another episode of No Conduct Radio. Tonight we're answering your relationship questions. So if you have any questions for us, you can call in tonight, or we'll be answering the questions that have been sent in to us before. You could also text our number at 484-840-3627. I don't know if anybody ever knows that the 3627 is actually 484-840-3NCR for No Conduct Radio. So cool, huh? I don't think I ever said it. So how's everyone doing tonight?
Good.
Who's laughing and why?
It was that little laugh you gave at the end. It was funny to me.
Yeah, I was laughing at the acronym. I thought she said there was an acronym for our numbers, and I was like, oh, okay, like that was kind of cute. But I don't know. I have no energy.
Yeah,
Sorry,
it was three NCR at the end. That's what I was saying.
Oh, okay. That's cool. That's cool. I don't know about everybody else, but
so Char.
Yeah.
I was gonna say it must be hot as donkey balls over there because it's hot as crap over here.
Well, thanks a lot. Obviously, you Philadelphians just brought us the heat because it was not this hot, and I literally just went outside and turned the water off. So I was filling the pool up with water, and I didn't even want to walk outside, let alone get in the pool. It's so hot. I think it's at least 105. I had to bring my dog inside. It was just too hot. It just was horrible. It sucks when it's this hot. And it's not even as hot as it'll get. But this is nothing, though. This is like not, this is just the beginning. It gets way hotter than this. And I'm like, where is all this super heat? It just seemed like it just happened overnight to me. So I just quickly ran back inside, Even the pool didn't tempt me as cold as it is. I'm like, nah, that's okay. I'll stay inside where there's air conditioning and it's safety. But it makes you lazy. Like, I feel like I have no energy. I didn't even go into work. Like, we just stayed home the whole day and just watched the agents on the phones, like from my computer at home. We can see who's logged in, who's doing what, who's working, who's not, and it's hilarious. But other than that, we're just like watching YouTube conspiracy theories all day because we don't want to go out. So it's just
my God.
So does the heat over there like make your pool? Does the heat over there make your pool like room temperature or whatever?
Right, that's a good question. Yeah, well, if it's hot enough outside, it does affect the pool where it can be almost just like warm. But this pool is temperature controlled, so it can be hot, in the wintertime. It's heated, and then it also cools in the summer if you choose to switch it over. So it does have temperature.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, generally, yeah, you're right. If it's super hot, it would make the water a little bit more warm. I mean, the sun does get that hot.
That's insane.
Right.
So what kind of conspiracy theories did y'all see, I guess?
Oh, gosh.
Are there any new ones from the two? Because we had two shows of conspiracy theories. So if you want to go back to listeners and see our shows, you can search. Yeah, you can search for conspiracy theories. We actually had two really good shows and really popular shows on conspiracy theories. So from our shows, which was like, I think, last season and the season before, are there any other conspiracy theories out there?
Yeah, we've actually got some really good ones. But, one of the ones we're looking at is what really happened to the children at the Walmarts, because we've been looking at these Walmart tunnels being built for about 3 years. We've been looking at FEMA's, their plan to, literally start building concentration camps, and there's even grave sites, actual graves that they've created in these desolate areas, and it's just really becoming very scary because, sure enough, the whistle was blown on, their first group of subjects. They thought they'd try to get away with all these kids. Now I'm hearing that they really don't, Trump doesn't really know where these kids are, or at least cannot necessarily reunite them with their families. And there's many other facilities. You guys are familiar with what's happening, right? With the refugees?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, but FEMA's behind all of this, and Trump is pretending his usual, hey, I don't know anything, let's blame it on the Democrats. He's pretending that he doesn't have a clue, but when they show the inside of the facility, this Walmart detention center, it literally had a mural of Trump with his quote, "Make America Great Again." A mural.
A mural.
Did you see that?
Oh, a mural. Okay.
M-U-R-A-L. Yeah, mural.
Okay.
It sounds like I said mural. I don't know.
Yeah.
But my point is, like, he's in there. They're teaching the kids about American history, Trump, and about all of that. But he knows, and he does have the power, and it's just ridiculous how corrupt our entire government is, and it's just really making us really angry because what do? You can't do very much about it at all. But it's just wrong. It's that whole thing with the kids.
No,
it's just,
that's where people go wrong. It's a lot you can do.
A lot you can do.
Don't
stop at Walmart protest.
It's a lot of.
Well, what do you suppose? I'm thinking protest and don't shop at Walmart. Get them where it hurts.
No. See, that's the thing. Protesting means nothing. It's just all protesting is going to do is give ratings to the news outlets because they're just going to cover the protest, and they're going to make money off of that. What you do is you inundate your senator and your state representatives with nothing but requests for action. And you make it clear and you organize as a people. If they don't carry your voice to Capitol Hill and get that moving, they will not have a job when it comes to re-election.
Yeah.
That's where you hit these people. You take their money away from them. And that's what they don't want. None of these people want to have to go back to the private sector and work for a living. They want to continue to just walk around, get comped, bump people off of airlines and everything. They love that life. It's almost like being a mafia chief. They don't want to go back to being a normal person. So if you threaten with taking that away from them, they will impeach a president. They will kick a person out of Congress. They will do all kinds of things in order to save their job. But most people just want to make signs and yell because it's easy. All you got to do is buy some construction paper, go downtown and say, that ain't right, and then go home and go watch TV. There's no more work.
Yeah.
Oh, I agree with logic, and I don't think lobbying or even picketing is going to change anything. You got to hit them where it really hurts, and there's a few ways to do that. That is one good concept. I wish that people would go forward with it, but not everyone thinks as you do. I'm hoping that there's more intelligent people in our country that really can make a difference, but we'll see. Only time will tell, but it's not going to get better. Just look for more missing people, in the Walmarts, okay? in the near future.
And Char, I found out that there's a whole community underneath the Las Vegas strip as far as the tunnels. I didn't know that. I saw that on the. I was like, damn. Like,
you're right, BJ. You're absolutely right.
A community? What?
A whole community, the tunnel people. I was like, what? Another city underneath.
You're an idiot.
Well, actually, no, it's worse than that. And it's not. Never mind tunnel people. Those are homeless people. No, they're building tunnels, and they already have underneath the downtown here in Las Vegas. No, but this is FEMA. These are FEMA camp tunnels that are actually looking to bring people down there.
And don't forget about the mothership, baby Bubba.
Law, okay?
That's crazy.
Another theory, guys. We'll talk about that on another show because trust me, we're like we completed our crash course on that too. There's a whole lot going on out there. But as far as tunnels go, literally that's connected to this whole thing with Walmart. Even here, there's all over the United States. There's tunnels under the ground that start from the Walmarts and then they go up all crisscrossing around the United States. So they're looking. Yeah. When you see people a lot of times and you think that it's just like, like especially during disaster. I've even heard I've actually seen pictures of prison barges. A lot of those people, unfortunately, that perished or you thought, they weren't found in Puerto Rico during that last natural disaster.
Well, I ain't seen that.
They who was supposed to come and help them? They're taking them to prison ships, barges on the water. You never hear from these people again. Same thing in Houston. when they were flooded out. They're supposed to be there to help you. Now, who can you trust? Who can you really go
to? I mean, I don't know why people are shocked. I mean, all you had to do was watch what happened with Puerto Rico. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like they pay taxes and they're part of the United States territory. But at the end of the day, nobody cared. He went down there and he literally threw paper towels at them and left and never went back. And then he also said he also said in an interview or speech or something, I can't remember what the setup was, but he was like, I got to be honest, Puerto Rico, you're kind of like messing with our budget now. You know, you kind of got to get together. Like, I'm paraphrasing. But
are you serious?
He said something like that. I'll find a clip. But it's horrendous. And to this day, there are large portions of Puerto Rico that don't have power, don't have water, don't have food. They have nothing. No one. Do you hear anybody saying anything about Puerto Rico anymore?
And there's still don't. The logic. All this. What is it? A year later? Well, I don't know if it's been a year, but I mean, they still don't.
No, it hasn't been a year.
They just left you. Yeah. Wow. Yep.
It wasn't that long ago. But it's just, the flavor of the month is over now. So now we're talking about this. And even with these children, people are going to talk about it for a few days, maybe a couple of weeks, and then it's going to be the next thing.
It'll go away.
The whole
cycle.
Yeah, it's the whole
she said it'll go away.
Media.
I ended up having to research this myself because I was having a debate with someone, but I don't debate when I don't know all the facts. So they were just like, basically it's a Republican I was talking to. They said Democrats made this law in 97 or something like that, but the Republicans are just now enforcing it. And then their whole thing was, so their parents broke the law, their parents went to jail, and you don't want kids going to jail with their parents, do you? So I was like, okay, I don't really know what's going on, so let me research it. But like, my thing is, from my research and everything, what I came up with is, if these people are being deported because they're supposedly, they're here illegally, they're supposedly using up our funds and everything like that, why are we putting them in jail, which, again, uses up money?
Yeah.
Why are we taking their children away from them and putting them in, the system, which, again, uses money? And instead of just taking the whole family and saying, hey, just go back to Mexico. Here, we're pushing you back over the border. Like, you know what I'm saying? How much money would that take? You're keeping families together, and you're sending them home. Melania Trump, from what I remember when Trump first came in office, she didn't come here legally. Did somebody rip her kid away from her? You know what I'm saying?
None of his wives came legally. They're all foreigners. All his 3 wives are foreigners. So that's just but I mean, you could be a foreigner and come here legally, but Melania didn't get here legally. So he's doing all of this stuff like he's doing all around American or whatever. But the wives, the foreign wives that he had, none of them followed the law to get to this country. Did his parents follow the law to get to this country? He's first-generation American. And people are forgetting this. But, Kai, not only are you correct, but here's the biggest equation is that these are Mexicans, they're ethnic. If they were Europeans immigrants coming from Europe, saying, we have nowhere to go, Trump would certainly not have an issue with it because, they're white. He is Caucasian. They're white. Problem. But because they're not,
fun little fact, and I know this is off the subject. Caucasian is not a correct terminology for white people. You do know that, right?
Not at all.
I don't know why people call them Caucasian.
It's to be politically correct in their eyes, but I would say Anglo or even Angloid or Anglo-Saxon because that's how I was. In New Mexico, that's what everyone says Anglo.
No, they're Europeans. They're Europeans. Anglo-Saxons are specifically English people, and which he's not. He's German, so he's more of a Prussian. And what is it? The Caucasus Mountains are in the Kazakhstan area. So those people more look like, you ever see that movie Borat with Sasha Cohen? Anyway, they're like Russian dark-haired people. That they specifically are Caucasian. It's like that's a specific region that Caucasians come from, the Caucasus Mountains. So, no, that's some blanket terminology.
Yeah, I find that funny. Like,
yeah.
Well, it's blanket terminology for everybody, so I guess it's only fair then, huh?
Right, because black people are all different things. Why are they black? Come on. I mean, that's, again, it's just a very general misused term that some people choose to say. But anyway, ethnic stuff.
So other than learning about the mole people, what have y'all been up to?
Nothing.
Nobody? Everybody's quiet? Good God.
Grinding.
BJ, you were up in New York. What was going on in New York?
Yeah, what's going on up there?
Did you just say you're wearing... Well, wait. Char, did you just say you're wearing clothes?
Who? I didn't say
you. Is that what you just said?
You only Char here. Yeah, who? She said who? You the only Char here.
It sounded like she said... It sounded like she just incredulously told us, I'm wearing clothes. Like, oh, my God.
Literally, I just said, no, I've already spoke. I'm like, DJ Logic, I've already spoke. That's what I said. But, I mean, okay.
I was about to say.
Yeah. Maybe I'm not very close, who knows?
No, New York was good. I was just dealing with upcoming Fashion Week in September. That's all. Just getting stuff set up.
Ew. So basically, you're not going to forget about us when you get rich, right? You're still going to be on the show.
Well, hold on. What do you mean rich? I ain't worried about rich. I'm worried about
when you get to be like the next Vera Wang.
Right.
When he starts
big
forward one, he will never.
What did you say? What did you say?
I said when he starts getting his Tom Ford on, he's gonna act like he never knew us. Like, what? Who? Oh,
I know, right?
Yeah, I remember that.
No.
That was back in my day when I didn't know who I was. I've since then grown as a person.
This reminds me where it came from.
I remember definitely not.
I remember when.
We need to for real get all together and take a picture of us with BJ so he can't, deny that he was part of No Conduct Radio.
Right. Yep.
All he's going to do is see that picture and say, oh, was I ever so young?
Yeah. Right.
Oh, my God.
That's what I would say.
See, that's Char right there. There you go.
No, listen, everybody think about this. Look how quickly 20 years goes by. How everything be in 10 years approximately? Does that scare you?
Hold on. I'll hear pots and pans. What's going on?
That's not me. I'm not cooking, believe it or not. I'm having a drink. I'm not cooking.
Pots and pans? Who's the man?
That's Donkey Kong.
Oh, Donkey Kong.
So here's my challenge question, Kai. 20 years from now, how will everybody be? And do you feel like that's kind of a scary thought? 20 years.
How will everybody be?
How? 20 years?
Approximately. In 20 years.
That's a real general question. What do you mean, like the population or us? Or?
No, each of us on the planet. No, each of us. That's a scary question if you think about it. 20 years. Think about how fast it goes by.
20 years. I'll be deep on Medicare.
Are we talking about before or after the zombie apocalypse?
People on Medicaid.
Probably after.
Oh,
no, maybe before. No, is that going to happen in years? I don't know, but think about it.
The first
supposed
purge.
to be in the
That's like the
and I would already hit that. There'll be a purge going on.
When
you guys think that, does that make you really think like, oh my God, and I'll be blank age? Oh boy, what will my life be like? I mean, look how quick it comes. It's really scary if you think about it.
No.
You said, wait a minute, you said that does the age make you think that? Is that what you're saying?
I think our age.
Yeah, exactly. The age, and then also just how much time goes by so quickly.
That means she's scared of age.
No, everyone is to some secret. I'm saying, think about how old it sounds 20 years from whatever age you are, and think about what you were doing 20 years ago. And it wasn't that long ago.
20 years ago,
I mean,
wow.
The World Trade Center was up a little less than 20 years ago. You know, and it seems like that was almost
20 years ago.
I remember I was there. Yeah.
Man, I'm old. 20 years ago, I was graduating high school.
Oh, Jesus. She's a baby.
You was like, from what? From high school, what?
to think about that 20 years ago, I was just graduating high school. That's a long time.
That's crazy.
20 years ago, I was just getting into high school.
Wow.
Oh, my God.
Damn.
So you're older than Kai.
Whoa,
You're older than
crazy.
Kai by a couple of years. Wow, that's amazing. Oh, my God.
20 years ago, I was just getting into high school, and Raekwon dropped the purple tape, and I was amazed. Wu-Tang had just come out, and Tupac just dropped his second album.
Wow.
I remember that. I had it. I loved them. I loved them at the time. Oh, my God.
I'm going to put that question out. What were you doing 20 years ago? See how young or old everybody is.
Yeah, but it's more.
But to answer
years from now. Go ahead.
To answer your question, Char, I feel I am scared of this generation coming up. I'm terrified of what they're going to be like. Like one of my cousins, she actually works with children. She's not in the school or anything, but she works in a department where she has to be in contact with children like ages 13 and up. And she's like, the amount of stuff these children don't know about themselves is just amazing. Mm-hmm. Like they don't know their addresses. They don't know. Well, I don't expect most people to know their social security number. I think because I come from a military household, just children just automatically know their social. But they don't.
Well,
for you not to know your address.
Yeah, we had to learn mine.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know how normal that is for civilians. I know in military you have to know your social. So you're a number in the military, and that's your number.
These
you have
kids
to know
don't
your
even
social.
know their house phone number off the top. Like if they don't have
that's what I was going to say. They don't know their house. Yeah. They don't know. If you ask them, what's your friend's number, what's your grandmother's number, what's your mom's, they don't know because they just scroll in their phone and hit call. Yep. They've never actually had to memorize a number.
Yeah,
right.
So they don't know numbers. They don't know numbers. They don't know addresses. They don't know, like they barely know their birthday. Like they know the date because, you know, your birthday comes up, but they don't know the year. And it's just amazing what these children don't know. However, they are very smart-mouthed. Like they'll be quick to talk back and tell you how grown they are. At like freaking 7. They're very smart-mouthed.
Yeah.
But don't know anything.
You know why?
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
You know why that is? You want me to tell you why that is?
The electronics are raising the kids. The parents not.
Because these current day parents and adults don't smack the shit out of them when they say something like that.
Yeah, that's true too. A handful of them do, not a lot.
Speaking of which, apparently, one of my friends told me when her kid got into 8th grade, the other 8th graders told her that, you know, if your parents hit you, you know you can call CPS on them, right?
Yeah, they know that. That's it.
Yeah, we knew that. We also knew that when I was young, but my mother also will flick a quarter onto the table and say, I'm going to whoop your ass just as long as it takes you to dial that number to really give them a reason to take you away. Like it wasn't the threat didn't mean nothing to her because she was like, I'm going to fuck you up until they get here and really have a reason to go to jail.
Wow.
Well, that's kind of what my mom said. My mom would say, you call them, and when they come here, I'm going to beat your ass in front of them, and then I'm going to fight them while they're trying to take you away. And I totally believed her.
Damn.
Wow.
No, see, my mom went the other route. She said she was going to kick my ass, and then when they take me away, she's not going to try to get me back.
Wow, you're just stuck.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Your family logic. That's your new family. Oh no, that's scary. Wow.
Well,
but
my
if you
daughter,
but
I
if
said,
if you look at everything out here, just the way people are in general, like if just do something that somebody thinks is odd, and they'll sit like you'll have some schmarmy guy say, "Hey, what are you doing? You're not supposed to do that." Like it's really like the
I've never
fear
had
of
somebody
getting
do that
punched
to
in
me.
Oh no, yeah. If you'll do something like I don't know, let's say you pull over in some neighborhood and you're like unloading your stuff onto the sidewalk. Instead of it being back in the day, somebody will mind their business. Like, I wonder what's going on over there. Like you'll have somebody, some little what do they call them, yuppies and stuff. They'll stop and be like, hey. You can't do that. What are you doing? Like the fear of being punched in their face by talking to somebody who they don't know and minding someone else's business, that's gone. Because they know they can just call the cops and the cops will come down like the stormtroopers and just arrest whoever did whatever. I'm not asking questions. Get down on the ground. Like, so there's no fear of any reprisal because of the way society is now. You cannot say anything to someone. If you even threaten someone, that you can get handcuffed for that. For telling somebody, I'm going to fuck you up. That's a threat. I got it on camera, buddy.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, the nerds and the wimps have taken over, so that's why it is what it is now. You know, and then you even look at it, it's even trickled all the way down to the children where they don't even get bullied anymore. Like there is no portion of society anymore where kids have to learn to overcome this asshole that's fucking with them on the schoolyard. They have to learn to dig deep, and I got to figure out how to punch somebody and figure things out. They take all of that away now. We're just going to send that kid somewhere else. We're going to talk to the parents and whatever. It's like a tattletale society now, so no one learns to develop a skill, to learn to defend themselves, to solve their problems, and to develop a thick skin to deal with how harsh the world will be.
Yeah.
There's none of that anymore.
But they know how to Snapchat, though. They know how to Snapchat.
Oh, yeah. They know how to Snapchat. They know how to, tell the authorities. They know how to,
snap.
Swipe
to the left, swipe to the right. Yeah.
You know,
Tinder.
When it comes to actually talking to somebody and having some kind of charisma and build a real relationship, they don't know how to do that. They don't have to get online and make an account so they can bang somebody frivolously.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
No, I was watching, so me and my daughter went to watch The Incredibles the other day. Side note, you got to go see it. Incredibles 2 is just as good as Incredible 1. It's hilarious.
No.
But anyway, we were there, and I was basically watching the younger generation because, I don't know, I know that kind of sounds creepy now that I say it out loud. But anyway, I'm a people watcher. And I was watching the younger generation, and I'm just watching these two girls. They're just standing right next to each other, texting. They're just texting. No talking. They're just standing right next to each other, texting.
Damn.
I don't know. That's the thing. But somebody told me that teenagers do that. They'll sit right next to each other and text each other, and they'll just be laughing at what they're texting.
Yes.
Yeah, they're having their own conversation.
But no, I don't know.
You know what the most bizarre thing you'll ever see is? If you go to a music show or something where somebody is performing, you'll hear people, or not hear people, but you'll watch people all take out their phones and start filming it. Or they'll have someone out there FaceTime.
Oh, yeah, the live thing. Yeah,
watching it through their phones instead of actually just experiencing the show.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's called going live.
Are you serious?
They will watch the show through their cell phone screen, and they're actually at the show.
Right, but they're live the whole time. So, I mean, because I've seen people.
That is the most bizarre thing I've ever heard of.
One of my girlfriends did that when I brought her with me to a concert.
When he was still alive, I went to a comedy show with it was Patrice O'Neal. This was before he died. As soon as he came out on stage, It was just a flow of cell phones that just came up over people's heads. And it was the weirdest thing in the world.
And Logic, remember back in the day when you go to concerts, you couldn't have no cell phones, whatever, no cameras, all that kind of stuff. They take them from you, just coming in without doing that. Now they can do that. Now that's like, right. Now they do it it's like piracy, but it's just
the only person I heard that will lock up your phones is Dave Chappelle. If you go to a Chappelle,
right.
They'll lock up your
okay.
phones and
whatever. Depends on the
but
really?
If you want to see it for yourself, go. 4th of July is coming up. Go to 4th of July and watch how many phones start coming up when the fireworks is coming out. Watch them.
You don't have to leave your house. It's crazy. It's insane.
Wow. Yeah, this generation, and you know, my daughter she's not. I don't even like the term preteen because that came about when I was little. But she's not even a teenager yet. But she wants a phone. She's begging me for a phone. I'm like, I'm not giving you a phone. You know, even I got her a tablet and it came with 2 months of free data. Once that 2 months was done, I turned the data off. She wants the data back. I said it's $15. All you gotta do is work this summer and get that $15. I don't want to work for it. I don't know what to tell you. That's not how that works.
She actually came out and said,
that's what she said, Logic. She said, I don't want to work for it. It's summer break. I don't want to work for it. I said, real life don't have summer break. You want your data, you work for it.
That's very true.
Hey, Kai, you might you're going to break down and get that phone for that child. Break down and get that phone for that child.
I'm not going to get that's $40. That's $40 a month for Sprint. That's $40 a month to get another phone. And no, you can call Logic all you want. It's not. I'm not doing it right now. Hold on, BJ. Hold on, BJ. No, she's not. I could bet you $1,000 that's not going to happen.
Bet you $1,000 Char.
She has a phone. Listen to me, BJ. She has a phone. She has one of those analog it's a little tiny phone that all you could do, you have to hit the number 3 times to get the letter. You know, remember those phones? So she has something to get in contact with me for. Yeah, she has something to get in contact with me for emergency situations. However,
she got a phone.
I was thinking about it. She has that. Yeah, she has that phone. But when it comes to smartphones, absolutely not. I was thinking about it. Trust me, I was thinking about it. But listen to me. Good God, you're not letting me finish. I was thinking about it, but I saw the change in my friend's daughter. They got her a phone. They started off with a phone where it just had data on it, or it was Wi-Fi or something like that. Soon as they got her a regular phone, that girl stopped interacting with the family. Like, just stop. She just closed herself in her room, and she's on the phone constantly, or she goes outside and she's constantly on the phone. And that's all she does, and she has lost interest in everything.
Okay.
So, no, I actually saw that transformation, so it's not happening.
Okay. Not yet.
I mean, what she pays for this company gets a summer job when she's 13, and she says, I want a full service, whatever you want to call it, like a real smartphone. At that point, it'll be costing you house. But
then there's going to be rules on that phone. First of all, I'm getting an app where I can see everything that's going in and out. I don't give a crap about privacy because she's my child. So I'm going to watch everything that's going in and out. And second of all, once you hit that frickin' door, phone goes by the table by the door. You have a house phone. You use the house phone. Don't touch your cell phone. That's what it's going to be.
Okay.
No, you say okay. All you have to do, I know it's hard work. I know it's hard work, and it's just easier to just let kids be themselves. Trust me, I'm fixing what I've done because it was just easy. It's just easy to let them play video games and just be on the TV. And right now I'm seeing the change in my daughter, and this summer I'm fixing that. That's not happening. So, yes, it's easy to just do it and just be like, oh, okay, I have too much to do. But then you just see the change in your child. They become a whole different person. And I'm not having it. I'm just not having it. So, yes, I will go through that hard work.
Kai, on the flip.
You have to monitor everything, even music, and not to mention what website she goes to and who's starting with. That sounds like a lot of work.
All right, Kai. On the flip side of that, so suppose your daughter when she go to school, whatever, and she get the peer pressure from her friends. They got phones. This will happen, and she come home, Mom, I want a phone. So it's not. If she don't have a phone, she in her school. She might just rebel and stop doing work. You know what I'm saying? Just be that kind of kid at the moment for a couple of months until you get a phone.
Let me tell you something. I'm from the Caribbean. She gonna do what? She's gonna do. Excuse me.
But you're not in the Caribbean right now.
I don't care where the hell I am. I'm still a West Indian. That's not going to change where I am. And you're not going to dictate what you're going to do in my freaking house. You want to freaking sit there and act like you're not going to do something that I said to do, but you're still waiting for me to feed you and wash your clothes and keep this roof over your head? You serious right now?
Okay, wait a minute now. It was hypothetical. She didn't say it.
I know.
We're just talking.
Take a breath, Take a breath.
Eat some chocolate or something. Eat some chocolate.
Put the knife down. Put the knife down.
Seriously, think about that logic. Think about that, because I'm even thinking about that she's going to have some cajones to come in like I'm boycotted. Boycotted what?
Peer pressure.
Because every time, I promise you, my daughter, she tried one time to ignore me. Listen, it ain't happened again. Because every time she does stuff, it was just 10. She tried it. It hasn't happened again. She got scared and started crying only by how angry I got. So let me tell you that. Second of all, whenever that stuff happens, I automatically, I don't know what it is, but I think about when she was first born. I know a lot of parents say this, but you don't understand to the depth it was with me. 2 years. I had 2 years without sleep because I had a sick child who needed me like every freaking 30 minutes. 2 years without sleep. Has any of y'all ever gone 2 full years without sleep?
No,
you take a nap here and then you're woken up. Okay, this child has not one freaking toenail to stand on to be disrespectful to me. I went 2 freaking years without sleep. It's not happening.
But all right. That's in your mind. Hopefully, you say hope it's not happening, but I'm saying if it happens. Girls do try to swallow to their mothers. They get teenagers, they try to swallow themselves. Girls do that too, right?
Yes, I know that. But the thing is, see, I wasn't like that, and it's probably because my mom was uber strict. I wasn't like that. I wasn't.
Okay.
Like I would look at my mom. I want to say stuff to her, but I wouldn't be here talking to you today. Let me put it that way. So I controlled myself. But if I can control myself,
but you was at hours, right?
I can control myself, and anybody who knows me knows I have an explosive temper. If I can control myself, she doesn't even have close to my temper. She can control herself. So I'm not taking this, I'm getting older, and no, I'm not taking it. It's no excuse. Control yourself. And that's the problem with people today. They don't know how to control themselves. Control yourself. She's trying to talk that thing. And I wasn't paying attention to it because I've been busy with work and everything, but now it's getting out of hand. So now I'm saying that I messed up, and I'm fixing it. Because it's going to get to when she's a teenager, and we are going to call CPS. Because I'll call CPS personally, and I'll say, take this child from me, because I'm going to strangle her.
Right, I'm voluntarily. Okay. So Kai, BJ.
Yeah. Before I kill her, just take her.
Right, BJ. Your daughter, BJ. Your oldest daughter just graduated from high school. Is that correct? I thought I saw that on.
That's correct.
Okay,
that's correct.
Congratulations, by the way. Do you have two girls? You have 2 girls, right?
Yes, one. Yes, I do. 2 girls. Okay,
but your youngest one, isn't she going through that weird stage? Because you've already went through that.
Yeah,
you have one that's almost grown.
She's going to do it.
Okay. 14, so realistically, with Kai, and you know how Kai's temper is, and you know how the world has a lot of pressure with these kids. Realistically, do you see her bucking down from some, knowing what you've been through? And I'm sure both your girls have, or all your children might be of different personalities. But realistically,
how you
go her? What was that?
They're all crazy in their own way, but go ahead. What you going to say?
Oh, okay. Well, that's the kids anyway. But realistically, how far do you think Kai can protest her own way of wanting to do things and keep certain structure in today's crazy world and with all the negative influences and how often you guys
I can't think. I know what you're talking about, Char, but I can say when you get to the 15, 16 era, but if on Kai end, what Kai was saying, it could be like, it's not going to happen, period. So what she is now, which is, that's normal to be that kind of mom, to have that stern talking. But I know, so not knowing, but I went through it. So everybody's different. So, but like I said, these kids and this peer pressure, and they get around their friends outside of the house, even though you can tell them in the house and they leave out, and they're in school for 6, 7, 8 hours, whatever it is, and it's always a change. But hopefully, that won't happen. But it's a long road ahead. Kai.
Did you ever see the
your daughters? Trust me, I don't think it's going to be easy. Right. I don't think it's going to be easy. It's definitely a long, hard road ahead. And again, I'm the one who decided to have a kid, so this is just what I have to do.
Well, yeah.
Right. Wow.
You're talking about. My thing is, you're saying it like I'm just talking, and then when she gets to 16, I'm just gonna be like, crap.
No. You're very passionate about it. I'm not saying that because you're talking. No, I mean I hear that. Your passion with that, and what you want to do. I hear that, but I'm just hopefully that works. But I know girls when they get a certain age, they hey, oh my God, that's why I have no hair now.
Well, I got to that certain age, and I wasn't. I controlled myself, let me put it that way. I don't want my daughter growing up to be one of those girls that don't know how to shut up, don't know how to stop, doesn't know how to mind her own business, doesn't know how to be her own person. She's just following people because Becky has one. I want one too. I'm not raising a typical girl to go out and be a typical girl. I'm not raising that. It's going to be a lot of hard work. I know it is.
Right.
But that's just what's going to be it.
Yeah.
Well, Kai, what concerns me is that the most important thing for teenagers, what were you saying?
No, I was telling BJ I'll call her when she's 16. I'll call him when she's 16.
Exactly.
Yeah. Definitely.
But my concern is that the most important thing to these young people, especially when they're on 10 and 11 and up, is their friends and what their friends think. They really don't care what their parents think. It's about what their friends think. It's always about acceptance of their friends and what their friends, what they do and what they're allowed to do.
And that goes with adults too. They're adult friends too. The adult friends.
But exactly. That's exactly right. That feeds into their adult behavior.
Right,
You'll have grown women out here today that really care about what their friends think. You got women out here that won't be with a guy because they're embarrassed of his job or something that has to do with him. I don't know. Maybe he's an enterprising dude, but let's say he's living at home with his mother. They don't want to admit to their friends he doesn't have his own place, or he's a garbage man, or he's a whatever. They're worried about that peer pressure, and that's exactly what social media is. It's a continuation of that peer pressure because nobody on Instagram is having a bad day. If you go to Instagram, everybody's awesome all the time. Everything is great. And it's nonsense. And it's just like these kids that they're teaching now, instead of that, dealing with your problems, going home, talking to your family and your parents about your being bullied, and then a father or a mother takes this kid to go learn how to box or wrestle or do whatever to defend themselves and deal with problems on their own. They teach them to tell. So then you fast forward, person is working at Starbucks calling the cops on scary-looking black people, or they're the neighbor that is intimidated and doesn't like the fact that these neighbors are loud, and they call the cops, and they just constantly are on the phone with authorities, and they grow up to be punks. And these girls who don't learn impulse control as a young girl, where you can't watch your videos all the time. You can't get on the phone with your friends all the time. You can't go do whatever it is that they want to do. You can't do that. You have to sit here. You have to be patient. And when that time comes where you can be with your friends like that, you cherish that time. But that time will come to an end, and you're going to have to get back to whatever it is that I say you have to do. That's impulse control. But these girls don't learn that. These young girls and these young boys, they don't learn impulse control. No one is telling their kid that they can't get on PS4 or Xbox and play for 17 hours a day all summer long. They're not telling them that. So when they grow up, they don't learn that impulse control. So these chicks are hounding their dudes. We don't go anywhere. We don't do this. We don't do that. It becomes unrealistic. You want to do everything, but you also want money so you can get a nice house. How's that going to work? What are you talking about? You can't go out and do this if you want a house. And if you want a house, then you're going to have to sacrifice. They never learn sacrifice.
Yep. They want to
and I completely agree, which is why I know I have to put the work in no matter how hard. And I know it's going to get hard when she's a teenager. I'm not one of those people who's thinking that it's just going to be rainbows and unicorns all through. I know it's going to get worse than this. However, if I don't put my foot down now, it's going to be 3 times as hard to even get to the point where I want her to be.
That's true.
So no, I'm seeing that these children don't know impulse control. They do want to follow their friends in everything they do. Nobody's telling them no. Not even in school they don't get a no.
Nope.
So no, I'm not. It's going to be difficult, but I'm not raising that kind of person. I don't care if she was a boy. I'm not raising that kind of person to send out into society.
In Canada, the Canadian government will come in and take your child away if your kid feels that they're a transgender and you as a parent don't support it.
What?
They will take your kid from
you
because they say that's a form of emotional abuse or something like that. Wow. So if your kid has been online losing themselves in whatever groups they're a part of, and they come back and they have just, decided, I think that's what I am.
Wow.
That's it. They'll say that you're supposed to do that. And there used to be a psychiatrist that he worked with children. Like there was a case where this 7-year-old boy was saying that he's really a girl. And the parents were obviously they wanted him to get help. They weren't liking that. They were upset. So he worked with a boy for 6 months or something like that, and came to uncover the fact that it wasn't that he really felt he was a girl, but what happened was they had another child, and it was a little girl. And they were showing all of that little girl attention because she was a newborn. But in his child's mind, he couldn't understand that was because she's a baby. So he thought, because she's a girl, they're paying her more attention. So maybe if I was a girl, I would get that same attention from them. And once he told the parents, more than likely what it's coming from, and they changed their behavior towards him, like it was like a few months later, he said, I'm not a girl anymore. Wow. And he went back to being a boy. But Canada shut down that psychiatrist and said, psychiatry has changed, and this is you're subverting the growth of a person by trying to convince them they're not transgender. Damn. It was some weird judgment that they did where it was basically saying, no, what you're doing is wrong.
Damn. Country government more. I tell you, country.
And last thing. Another thing to consider, especially if you have daughters and sons, in this day and age, how the ease of pornography being at the fingertips of kids with phones. Imagine how warped their thought process now is about sex, because now these young girls want to keep up with the standard. And these young boys not realizing that pornography is a whole nother thing. That's not really real sex. That's
pornography is basically acting for the camera. Right. Like
exactly.
Somebody telling you, so you have to make more energy and go.
Right. So you will have women, young girls that are watching that, thinking that that's what intimacy is, and this is how they're supposed to be. And you will have boys thinking the same thing, and anatomically starting to have complexes about their size because they're looking at nothing but porno guys. So they're thinking, oh, God, what's wrong with me? And the same thing with the girls. They're probably looking at these porn chicks and thinking, I'm supposed to be built this way and look that way, and what's wrong with me? And it's damaging. But what parents are snatching their tablets and laptops and smartphones? In my house, it would be 1987. It would be a phone on the wall with the pigtail cord. And if you want to talk to your friends, you sit right there in that corner and you talk to your friends. It would be no Wi-Fi.
That's crazy, man. It's like 1987.
Well, I've had friends tell me that I'm way too
I would get the old computers. I would get the old computers with the floppy disk.
The floppy disk.
Go ahead.
Okay, that's a little bit too much classic. I've had friends actually tell me that I'm too strict. They tell me I'm too strict, and the way that I plan on having my daughter when she's a teenager, they tell me I'm too strict. So because I told my friends that when my daughter's a teenager, now when I was a teenager, I didn't do anything. I was in the house constantly just taking care of my brothers and taking care of the house. That's all I did. So I'm not going to do that to my daughter. I'm going to allow my daughter to have a life. However, I don't trust teenagers, and I don't trust people on the whole. Especially you're seeing all this stuff in the news, somebody's getting snatched. It's not going to happen because I'm one of those people that somebody snatches my daughter or my daughter comes home and tells me she was raped, and I will lose a screw. I will totally I'd go crazy. So instead of having that happen, I'm totally going to let my daughter have a life, but I'm going to be there, and that's it. You'll go to the movies with your friends. I'll be 2 worlds back, minding my business. I'm not going to interact with you and your friends, but I'm there. I'm going to chaperone. You know, you want to go to the mall? Fine, go to the mall. I'll be back there, you know, but I'm still there. I'm not going to, like, be all, oh, yeah, hi, my name is Miss Kai. You know, I'm not going to be all up in your friends. You still have your privacy, but I'm there. And then, like I said, whenever she does get a phone, because I know it's inevitable she's going to get a phone, it's all in the app where I see everything that goes in and goes out. And that's just it. Even the computer, because I could tell my daughter, yeah, don't talk to anybody on the internet. You know, it could be, even though it's some guy saying that he's your age, it could be a 39-year-old man trying to lure you out, and don't sneak out. Children don't listen to crap. They don't listen, and they always think they know better than you. So I'll tell her, but I'll also monitor. And I'm not one of those people that once the door is closed, you say you go to bed, I don't check on you. I will check on you every time I get up to pee. I'm looking in that room. So, and she told me I was too strict. I said, how is that too strict? Yeah. I'm giving my daughter freedom. I'm just there. How is that too strict?
Does she have children? Your friend has children?
Yeah, she has children. Yeah.
Damn. So how's her children?
So Kai, if you're
now let me ask this: these measures that you're going to take, is she going to know about it, or are you going to keep it?
Wait.
I mean, I will. For the most part, with the computer and the phone, she's not going to know. Because my thing is, I'm going to tell you, I trust you. You break the trust, I will never trust you again. You know what I'm saying? She's learned from day one. If you lie to me, 100% of the time you're going to get in trouble. If you tell me the truth, you might get in trouble, you might not. And I have stayed. That is one thing I have stayed consistent with. So I've always told her, come and talk to me about anything. If you feel like you want to have sex, if you're ready, you know, you feel like you're ready to have sex, don't do anything. Come talk to mommy first. If you feel like you like a boy, come talk to me first. If you feel like you did something wrong, come talk to me first. I'm not saying that I'm not going to get mad. It's a possibility mommy will get mad. However, we will deal with it together. I've told her that so she could understand English. So I'm hoping that sticks in her brain. She has come to me and talked to me about stuff. She came to me and she said, Mommy, is it okay if I like a boy? I said, yeah, you can like a boy. You can't help how you feel. And she was like, okay. And then she told me who she liked and we talked about it, you know? Wow. And she said she was kind of scared to tell me because she thought I was going to get angry. And I was like, no, you can't control if you like a person. You like a person, you know? Just, again, talk to me about it. Whatever it is, we'll deal with it together. You know what I'm saying? So I've instilled that in her, but once they become a teenager, it's like their mind gets erased and they start back booting up, you know, on a whole different thing. So I wasn't like that as a teenager, but I notice a lot of other children are. So I'm prepared for either way. And so she won't know about the applications. Like I said, I'll tell her that I trust her. And then I'm going to watch. That's what's going to happen. And then the time she will find out about the applications or whatever happens, I guess she'll just be shocked that I know what happened.
And okay, so then she turned around and said, well, Mommy, why are you spying on me for my privacy? What'd you say?
The same thing I say now. She's not allowed to close her door in this house. She don't pay rent. Open the door. This is my house. And I tell her the same thing when she talks about privacy or her friends talk to her about privacy. I say, you were born to the wrong parent. There's no such thing as privacy. You're my child. Everything you know and everything that's going on with you is my business.
Okay.
So privacy don't live in this house. Privacy, my ass. But yet I have to feed you and pay for everything. Privacy, please.
Yeah, I sent you a video about this dude using social media to lure these kids, and they don't, like you said, these parents, all of these parents that were in on this experiment, they all said that they told them time and again about the dangers and blah blah blah, and they just get to that age where they want to do it, and it seemed like it was a lot of girls, if I'm remembering the video correctly. It's just, I don't know.
It's usually girls. Girls are very susceptible to peer pressure and looking for love or something. I don't freaking know.
But I mean, I'm sure boys are too, but I think it's just a different thing. Like when I was growing up, I remember there was a lot of dudes like kind of posturing like they did certain things, and I knew they weren't. I knew they weren't that kind of person. I knew they weren't out there, bagging chicks like that. But it just seemed like they were kind of pushed into that with that kind of peer pressure. So I think it's the same susceptibility, but it's just on a different side of the prism. I don't know. I think with that being talked into stuff, I think that's both sides. But I think girls is just they're more vulnerable because there's so many other sexual things they gotta be careful of.
And they're so locked down when they were raised by their parents. They're so locked down. Girls are. They so like so much put them on for it. You can't do. Because the boys supposed to be the boys and everything, but the girls are supposed to be. You can't do this. You got to be a lady. That kind of thing. You got to be a girl. You know what I'm saying? So I get that part. Yeah, that's why the girls come out and be buck wild sometime in college a lot. Yeah. So. Or even high school, yeah. I had to go to college first. I can stay in high school. This happened then. But yeah, that's why my little daughter now.
I mean, with boys, you have to teach them to be little gentlemen. Also, they can't do everything.
Okay. Well, my sons, I taught them to be gentlemen, but still, when they get in their personality, once they reach that age of 18 and 19, and it's like they know what I taught them, they still have that, but they still want to go their path. Because they have to go, find out the hard way to learn. Because if they take the path that I told them to take, we smooth on down the line. But they have to make mistakes. I knew they were gonna make mistakes, and they made mistakes, but they learned from the mistakes. So they took them on. All of them was on a hard road because they went their own path. And I told my ex, I knew they're going to take that path with their own instincts, but they're going to think by what I said to them and say, well, Dad said this, but I still want to do this. And there you go. And they look at me and say, Dad, you know what happened? I said, I know. I told you, but you think I never was a boy. I never grew. I didn't never do that. But I was a kid one time. They didn't believe that. Oh, Dad, you didn't do this. Yes, I did. So they learned the hard way. But it's hard. That's what they have to learn. That's boys. For the girls, that's like with the mom, and I'm kind of getting the ear too. But the mom is just like, yo, it's woof. It's a balance thing there. So I can't say too much with the girls and too hard, which I do. But the mom is just like, she's in the ear as a female. She can talk to them better than I can, and relate to them better than me because I'm not a woman.
Well, I can't remember who I was talking to the other day. I was telling, I know what it was. I was talking to my daughter, actually, because I saw this video where grown people were wishing not that I celebrate Mother's Day or Father's Day, but grown people were wishing their mothers happy Father's Day on Father's Day.
Yeah,
and
I see that
this
too.
one guy, this
one
grown man was like, my mom taught me how to fight. She just told me to make the knuckle and then stick that finger out and just start wailing. And I was like, do you know what kind of pussy you look like right now? That's not how you make a fist. And so I was telling my daughter, this is why you need a mother and a father in your life.
Yeah.
A woman can only teach you to be a woman, and with their son, they'll teach their son how to respect women. And then a man can only teach a man how to be a man, and with their daughter, they'll teach a daughter what to expect from a man. You need both.
Yeah, but Kai, sadly,
but what I'm doing,
statistics is true. Go ahead.
I was going to say what I'm doing now, listeners. I'm posting this video on our Facebook page, No Conduct Radio, about when you just leave your kids and you're saying, hey, go to bed, and we'll see you in the morning. We trust you, and I'm going to give you all the freedom in the world. So it's the dangers of social media. And I'm posting that to our Facebook page, No Conduct Radio, right now. So go ahead and go look at this video. Well, after the show. And what were you going to say, Char?
Well, if the divorce statistics are as true as they say, it used to be 1 out of every 2 ends in divorce, or I don't know, whatever it was. Now it's probably, if there's a way for it to be higher. But my point is that means that at least half of the world, well, let's say America, at least half of our country are without fathers because there was a divorce within the home. So the families are separated. So maybe that's why these people decided to give credit to the mother as being the father.
No. The divorce still got a father.
But think about it, Char. That does happen, but how many? Because there are single men raising their children also. What do you think women would do if the children now say Happy Mother's Day to these guys? Women would freaking boycott. Are you kidding me?
Yes, they would.
You mean the father raising the children? I understand what you're saying, but there's a larger percentage of women that are without a husband, and there's no father figure, period, in that home. And therefore, that child doesn't have a father figure. So
I don't know if there's a larger percentage per se, because, you could just make up numbers. Anybody can make up numbers. But I think it's a larger percentage of the women coming out and saying that I'm alone rather than the men doing it. Men just do what they have to do. Women come out, guess what I did? So there's a larger percentage of women saying it. I'll say that.
Well, yeah, look at how many taking responsibility and not being fathers at all. Of course, there's a larger percentage of fathers who are not being responsible, opposed to those that are, and there's an even larger percentage of fathers who are not in the home, period, let alone in the child's life. So these children don't have good examples. They don't have enough.
Where are you getting that statistic from?
Uncle or
I was gonna say.
You can.
I don't think that's really accurate.
So you're basically saying to me, this is what you're all saying. Well, excuse me, BJ, you didn't chime in there. Are you saying, Logic and Kai, that if there's an equal number of Mr. Moms out there who are just as equal in that child's life, even though they statistically are no longer in the household, but there's just as many men that are in the child's life as women, opposed to women who are alone and don't have a father figure for their child? You're saying that that's equal. Is that what you're saying?
Well, there was a study that was done. The government census took part in it, and it showed that there are specifically the cliche is that black men are involved in their children's life, and they actually said that it's a way higher percent of black men that are involved in their children's life than people ever thought. And in certain scenarios, it's even more than white people, But number two, you don't have to be with that woman in a relationship in order to be in your child's life. Yeah. You know, you can be separated, and she's living single, but you are still, like any man that's not calling his kid to the point where you actually, when you call, if you have to get an update to what's been going on, you're a deadbeat. Because you should be calling enough to know what's going on. You shouldn't have to be like, I thought you like coloring books. Like I'm 14 now. Like, well, that was I don't color. You know, so you know, if you're that guy, you're not involved in your kid's life. You can't just call when you think about it. Like, oh yeah, I got a kid. Let me see what's going on with him or her. No, it has to be, you know, even if you're busy and hopefully the situation would be, you know, partial custody and, you know, half-half. That would be the most ideal. But you should at least be calling your kid 4 to 6. Personally, I couldn't think, I wouldn't be able to go a day if I had a kid out there. I would have to talk. And now, when they get older, obviously, you're going to talk to your kids a little less because they got their own thing going on, and they, you know, kids tend to not have time for the old people in their life. But
that's true. That's true.
You don't. You can definitely show a positive image as a man or a woman. You can hopefully both be mature enough to put your personal feelings aside and at least be able to come together cohesively for the kid. And not give this image of a, you know, relationships mean turmoil and pain, so I don't want relationships. I just want to be out here banging people. You know, that's where a lot of that comes from. And but my question is to women, as dangerous as it is out here for you to even be walking the streets past a certain hour, where do women get the balls to meet a guy online and then take him back to their place or go back to his place?
Yeah.
I don't understand. That is bizarre to me.
I
women
know.
feel that comfortable.
Let me tell you something, Logic. I know somebody that did that. Met people on, I don't know, whatever those swipe files are. I don't even know what they're called. And brought them back to her house, and she had children.
Oh, God.
Oh, no, that's crazy.
Oh.
She must have been really lonely. Damn.
Yeah, but there's a lot of women on sites like
so perfect strangers that she met online. She brought them, she let them know where she lived.
Right.
She went out with them, had drinks, did whatever, and brought them back to her house with her children in the house.
Oh, my God.
She must have been,
And I'm not saying, I'm dating you for like some months, so I know you, I know your family, and I mean, I just met you tonight, type of thing.
Right.
Look, we all have to remember the time we're living in. We're living in the time where the average person is a lot more promiscuous, even if they don't admit it. Look at Tinder. They have millions of followers on Tinder. You thought Facebook was popular, and Instagram and Snapchat. And that means that all these people are on there for a very casual, not even casual, I don't even like that word, because when I say casual, I mean like they're on there for hookups. They're on there to have sex, literally speaking with a stranger. They're not looking for a relationship. So you can just imagine how many of them are bringing this stranger right back to their home that same day. You know, and vice versa.
Let's be even more frank here. 9 times out of 10, that young kid is still living at home with their parents. So again, it's a situation where your parents, obviously, by the time you hit your young 20s, it's over. You can't do anything now. You know what I mean? You've really messed up as a parent if you get to the point where your daughter is just hurt. She got 40 or 50 dudes in her wake. It's a done deal. She is who she is. But you still control that situation. You know what I mean? Like, you have control of turn your phone off, as Kai said, or even the old school adage, if you're going to live like this, you're not doing it like this under my roof. You're going to have to get out.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
Your own place, really.
Not to be mean, but I talked to this one girl one time, and she wanted to holler at me, and I don't, people say not to ask this, but I asked. I was like, can you ballpark how many dudes that you've been with intimately? And she was like, I don't want you to judge me. I said, I'm not going to judge. I'm just asking. I'm asking because I want to know. I don't want either of us to waste each other's time. So just be honest. She said that it was like anywhere between 15 and 20. And at this time,
good God,
she was only like 27.
Damn.
And I was like, yo, so
good God,
like you don't understand the ratio that you're talking about here. 15 to 20. So you were averaging.
And wait, no, hold on. Did you hear the word before that? She said only. Like that was a small number? Only?
No, I said anywhere.
I thought you said only. Oh
no,
my God.
But listen, no. You're hitting on something here because if she told me 15 or 20, it was more than 15 or 20. Because she was worried about my.
Multiply it by. There's a rule. Whatever a woman's number tells, whenever the woman tells you a number, you multiply it by. Was it 5?
Yeah.
So
something like that.
After that.
And then
after that.
They slept with people. They slept with.
I thanked her for her time and said,
hold on, y'all. A listener messaged in and said it's 2. You multiply it by 2.
Yeah, but that's
30 to 40.
So that was like between 30 and 40. Good God. My God.
Yeah.
So he said, what logic?
No, listen. We finished our meal, and I said, I appreciate your company, but it would be best if we just didn't talk anymore. So we would be wasting each other's time. Well, maybe we could be friends. I'm not friends with girls. Sorry. I don't do that.
Yeah.
So, take care of yourself.
That don't work.
But understand, being friends is how she got to that 30 or 40 because they're all friends and they're all buddies. And, he's like my brother. He's like a cousin. And the next thing you know, her legs are in the air. So, I don't fall for it. I just,
do you credit her? Do you women or commend her for at least being honest up front at the very early stages of getting to know her about how promiscuous she was, or would you have rather she didn't say so much? And then, and then maybe you would have never found out and you would have never known.
I rather the ugly truth than a beautiful lie. I can't.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. You don't know it.
I mean, because it's like a girl. Yeah. Let's say that I met a girl. She was sweet as pie, and she was everything I was looking for. We had great conversations. She liked to read, and she wasn't into social media, and everything was great. But back in the day, she was a stripper named Apache, and she never told me that. Now, if I'm walking, through the mall feeling good about myself, and somebody say, "Oh, yo, that's Apache." Oh man, she used to do this move on a brass pole down at the Snooty Fox. Oh man,
what?
It's like, who the fuck is Apache? And if she got this look on her face like, I just didn't want to. No, get out.
That's the kind of stuff you're supposed to tell me.
Yeah, you let me know that up front and let me figure if I want to deal with that or not.
Exactly.
Because if you listen,
hold on. I don't want to get past that. DJ, I'm asking you as a dude, you got this sweet girl and you're walking into movies and they say that's cinnamon buns. Dude, you're lucky, man. You know what cinnamon buns did back in the day.
I'm like this. I'm like, yo, I gotta get some popcorn. I never come back.
How do you live with that? You can't live with that.
I couldn't do it.
I
couldn't do it. It's just like, nah.
Nah.
Dude, on a flip note, Char, you're out with your dude, and another dude comes out and says, "Oh man, that's Buns of Steel." Man, back in the day in the strip club, though, what would you?
Yeah, the all male review.
No, I would have said, give me a show, baby, right here. Give Mama a show. I got to see what
you would stay with that?
Yes, he would. Yes, he would. I told you.
Wait a minute, Char. Hold on, Char. So if you found out your dude was into porn back in the day, and he went gay for pay, but he said he's not gay, but it just pays more, you would stay?
Sure.
No, not at all. As a matter of fact, I was joking with the last thing. Even male strippers turn me off because a lot of them are gay. I know a lot of them here in Vegas, and I just don't like knowing that you used to be gay. If you're still gay, how do you just turn it off?
Wait a minute. So if he was a prostitute for hire for women, you would be okay with that?
Good question.
Wow, she paused.
Well, okay, but
wow.
But men are anyway. But that's to a female, not to other men. So how many men don't stick?
Oh, she didn't say that. She didn't say that.
Oh man, the hypocrisy.
She said that just now.
Okay,
so you would have been with a dude that was in porn. His dingling was in like fucking 150 holes. You would have been with a dude like that?
How do you know How do you know the average man is in at least 50 to 100 holes? How do you know they're not? Because men are a lot more sexual. They're always on the sexual front. They're a lot more sexual than we are. They're looser than we are. They're more promiscuous than we are. A man, the not
Whoa,
wait, what universe?
Wow.
And that's why they settle down to get married, because they don't want to have to, they don't want the pressure of doing it anymore. They want to settle down. They don't want that
Char,
pressure.
I think you are severely out of touch with today's standards. I don't know what you're talking about. Women are terrible. And men, I don't care how good a guy looks. I've said this before. He still has to use some kind of skill to get the girl into the bed. And listen, it could be any guy you're talking about. As long as being filthy rich and famous is not in play, he has to work for it. It could be Jason Momoa that works downtown at, Barney's of New York, and he's walking around in nice clothes. He still has to round the chick up and say some things to get her susceptible to talk to him and get him to go get drinks. And like, he has to do something. A woman can look like a truck stop waitress with a lazy eye. And if she offers free coochie, she will have at least 5 or 6 takers every single day. She does not have to work for it. So if you're really serious saying that men are more promiscuous than women, you are out of your mind. Men don't have the ability to get that much coochie.
I'm serious.
Oh, I don't know. I just have to disagree with that logic. I mean, because think about it, our entire lives, no matter where you're from and no matter who you are and whatever your background is and your environment and your culture, whatever, if we put into our heads that men have to get these notches, on their belt or bedpost to say that they're more so men, opposed to a woman who's supposed to be a good girl and not give it up. Men,
Okay, but even if men think that way, it doesn't mean that they do it. They don't have the ability to do it. You know what I mean? There's a lot of men out there that are, disgusting looking, and they think they should be banging like Selma Hayek or something like that. But it's unreasonable. But they can't do it. It doesn't matter. Like, they just can't do it. Nobody cared about Hugh Jackman when he was a teacher. And when he was just a regular guy, he has the same girl he had before. She's very average looking. You know what I mean? But now all these chicks want to smash his brains out because they think he's rich and they know he's famous. So that's what the drive is to look at him. It's the same thing. I got called a hater because I said Usher looks like a chimp. He's a funny-looking guy. I'm not lying about it. I can see when there's a good-looking dude, but Usher is not one of them. But there's women out there that try to say he's a sexy man. That's the craziest thing ever, because if he was changing tires at the Chevron, no one would look at him.
Nobody would give him a second look.
Women would laugh at
Lil Wayne, even
attempting to talk to them. But because he's Lil Wayne, they're going to bang him.
Yeah. Name of the money. That's
it's like Flavor Flav, Flavor of Love. Okay.
Right. Same thing.
Well,
So I have a question for our listeners out there, and some of them have already answered this question, but I'm going to put this question out there, and I'm going to bring it on to the next show. So would you stay with your significant other? And also, part 2 of the question, would it make a difference how long you've been with the person? So would you stay with your significant other if you found out that they used to be in porn or they used to be a stripper? Would you stay with them? And would it matter if you were with them? Would it matter if you were with them for like 10 years as opposed to 6 months, and then you found it out? Like they never told you this up front. So if you want to call in right now before the show is over and give us your answer, 607-203-5378. That's 607-203-5378. Option 1 to get on the show. Other than that, just go ahead and send us a message, and we're going to have the answers on next week's show. So would you stay with your significant other if you found out that they used to be a stripper or in porn? And does the time that you've been with them matter? Does that make it dependent upon your decision? I got to say no, because to me that's a lie. You didn't tell me up front and let me make an informed decision of being with you, so I personally wouldn't do it.
Exactly.
So we were supposed to be, the funny thing is, we were supposed to be answering relationship questions, and we ended up making this show talking about children and raising your children.
And what's the moral of the story?
Hilarious.
Kids ruin everything.
So also, I want y'all to go to our Facebook page, No Conduct Radio. You will see that video where the parents instilled in their children, hey, don't talk to people online, never leave the house from somebody you haven't met and they're telling you to come out. And you'll see the end results of what these children did from parents who decide, well, my child needs privacy. I'll give them a locked door and I'll just leave them because they need privacy. I don't believe in privacy. You came out of my privacy, so you took away my privacy, so you don't get privacy. End of story. You get privacy when you have your own house and your own kids to worry about.
If I had a daughter, I wouldn't be one of these armchair fathers. I would be like Rambo, blending in with the tree. As soon as that dude's out there waiting for my little daughter to come out the backyard, I would just come up right behind him. Let it go. I'm going to blaze you real deep out here, boy. Just give him a bop on the top of his fontanelle. When he turn around, I'm going.
That's crazy. Yeah.
I will hire some big no-neck goon to go out with my daughter when she's out with her friends. As soon as they start saying some hoe stuff, he'd just give them the Vulcan pinch right on their chin.
Because it's like when I learned my daughters had boyfriends, I had to wait for they told me like 3-4 months down the line. I was like, well, they had a what? They had a boyfriend when? I was like, they don't tell daddy. Daddy always answer no. Girls, no man. Then when I get to
that ain't cool.
Really?
I think I want to say this, and I know people aren't going to agree with me. I think it's creepy because I saw this. I was getting a water ice with my daughter yesterday, and I saw a high school couple just hugging up on each other like they were adults. And it is the creepiest thing to see children hugging up on each other like they're adults. And so my daughter was asking me, like, why is that weird to you? And so I was explaining to her. I said, they don't have any adult responsibility. How come they have adult relationships? How come parents are pushing children to have boyfriends and girlfriends way in elementary school? They don't know anything about life. Why are you having them have boyfriend and girlfriend? That's ridiculous to me. And it is the creepiest thing to see. How am I the only one who thinks it's creepy to see? That's like child porn. It's creepy.
Oh, God.
Well,
seeing some children making out, that's creepy.
It really is. My son has several friends, Kai, whose parents let the girlfriend move in with the teenage, like young, 14.
That's
this
crazy.
when he was younger.
14.
Your girlfriend,
that is insane.
Moves in with you and your mother. He has friends like that. One of them stayed together 9 years, and they got married and have 2 children now, and they never broke up. But the point is, what kind of example are you giving to your children? Just, trying to be their friend. Oh, you can just move in. Oh, sure. She says, this was her philosophy. I'd rather you have sex in my house, under my roof, As a
That's crazy. That's the craziest statement a parent can make. That's the craziest statement a parent can make. To be punched in the mouth quickly. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I know somebody that says they can't wait to do drugs with their kids. Like, I can't wait till they're old enough we can do this together.
What?
I said, what?
That's crazy. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. They said what?
That is so bad.
I can't wait till my kids are old enough that we can do these drugs together.
Ain't that crazy?
Like smoke weed? I mean, well, it doesn't really matter, but I know a lot of parents do that.
Whatever, smoke weed, drink alcohol, just that's just insane to me. Like, even if I did that, I'm not doing that with my child. I'm just not.
That's like a father telling his son, "Oh, you get 18, I'll take you to the strip club." What? Why? Come on.
And now think about that statement.
I heard a father say
creepy is that?
He wanted to take his son to.
But think about that statement. How creepy is that?
That's crazy.
I'm going to take you to go look at women, and I'm going to watch your face as your proud father while you watch these women shake their butts in your face.
Right.
Again, to me, that's equivalent to child porn. That's equivalent to child porn. That's. I don't know.
You know what?
But again, people tell me I'm too strict.
You know that gay pride parade out. I think it's either L.A. or San Francisco.
Right.
I saw. Needless to say, some dudes out there are dressed crazy. Because it's the gay pride parade.
Right.
I've seen people taking children down there to watch it.
Yeah.
And I don't understand that, and I'm not saying it because it's gay, because it's the same thing with the, what do they call it, the carnival. Like, I would be just as appalled if I saw a 5 or 6 year old down at carnival.
Right.
It's like, what are you doing? Why would you have your son or daughter down here with these women shaking their butts? Like, what are you doing? I don't understand that parenting move where I'm going to take them down to this debauchery. And I'm sure it's not going to impact their development. Because I'm just, what are you doing?
I don't know.
Well, one of our listeners messaged in, and they said that they had 2 seniors who were lesbians who actually spent the night with each other. Who spent the night with each other. So they're basically having sex.
They know
seniors in high school. And I guess to most people, that's like, okay, because people break their virginity in high school. I didn't. And I still think as an adult, that's creepy.
Yeah.
That's so creepy. Children having sex is the creepiest thing.
Listen, it don't matter if they want.
Even when you're in high school, and again, I have to explain this to my daughter. We weren't talking about sex. We were just talking about it in general. When you're in high school, you're still not an adult. To her, she was like, well, they're grown. No, they're not grown. They're still children. They have no idea how life works. They think they're grown, but they're still children. And that's creepy. I think if you have no idea about adult responsibility, you have no right to have adult fun, quote unquote adult fun, which sex is fun. It is fun.
Yeah, I agree.
But you have no right to be having adult fun. You should still be having child fun. And that's it.
What did you say, Sean, my last name?
I said Kai had a flashback. She goes, well, it is fun. I'm not going to lie. But I'm not going to lie. Sex is fun.
But I'm just saying. I'm just saying, you have no right to be like, I'm going to do adult things. I'm going to sit here and have a girlfriend, have a relationship. You don't even know what a relationship consists of. You know what I'm saying?
True.
So how can you build a relationship? You have no clue what a relationship consists of. I don't know. That's just my thing. My daughter asked me when she could have a boyfriend. I said, when you graduate high school and you're ready to get married, because that's the only thing dating is for, is to prepare you to get married. I don't know how people date casually. Dating is to prepare you for the right person to get married. So you can have a boyfriend after you graduate high school, and that's it. And my idea of boyfriend and everybody else's idea of boyfriend is completely different things. But we'll get into that in the next show.
right now, thank you for everybody who listened. Sorry we didn't get to your relationship questions. I guess we'll do that next week. But we'll see you right here on No Conduct Radio, 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Peace out, everybody.
Work it out yourself.
So cool and take cover and have a really great sexy week.
Sexy week.
Did you say have a sexy week?
I don't know. Sexy week, yeah.
Is that what she said?
I guess she said. That's Vegas. That's